I am very happy to tell you the facts as to what we have done during the last 2 years. I believe, and there is no doubt, that what we have done during the last 2 years has been noticed by everyone in the world. It has been a great achievement which has been acknowledged as an achievement all over the world. The unity of the country has been safe. The integrity of the country has been maintained. The former Prime Minister was doing his best for the future of the country, for the image of the country here and in the world. He was acknowledged as one of the world leaders. We were all proud of him. We have done something for the people. It has been praised everywhere. There are still many things to be done. There is no question of becoming complacent or self sufficient. There is much more to be done, but we have laid the firm foundations for the economy to keep up. I am quite sure that it has already done so, and the unity of the country has been preserved and protected. Now, I would like to place before you a few facts which, as an enlightened people, I would appeal to you to judge for yourself. You will have to see as to what kind of economy we have in this country. Our economy has been based on certain public sector undertakings for which the government was funding the money from the taxes collected from the poor people of India. We wanted these industries to give us returns. That is why we have calculated plan after plan that these undertakings would earn profits for the government which are to be invested back into industry. But this did not happen. We have spent crores during the last 40 years in the public sector. The public sector has done us a great service by creating the atmosphere necessary for industrialization. The basic industrial atmosphere has been created by the public sector, but it has undertaken too much, and too many things have been taken on, with the result that it suffered losses. Many of the undertakings could not show profits that were expected of them. Now, what do? We do not have the money to go on funding the public sector. We have to continue with the public sector where the private sector cannot come out except in very exceptional areas. In all other areas where the private sector can come, we have to see that it comes in a big way and open up the economy. We have to compete with the other countries of the world. You cannot be an island by yourself. You have to be self reliant as far as possible, but at the same time, you must be able to compete with the other countries of the world and be in a position to take on the challenges as they present themselves. This cannot happen in a centralized economy. Therefore, it is necessary to open up the economy and become a complacent. This cannot happen. It is necessary to be an integral part of the economy. This we have tried to do. Now, I will take this opportunity to tell you about the development of the rural areas. You have read in the newspapers that in the 8th 5-year plan, we have made a big increase in the allocation for the development of the rural areas. The disparities between the rural and the urban areas have been steadily increasing, rather dangerously, in this country, and we should not allow this to happen. If it is not stopped, there is a gulf, there will be opposition, there will be tension between the villages and the cities. This is already happening and we should stop it. If I may tell you, take the case of people coming to the cities from the villages to lead their lives. You are all aware as to what is there, and those who are already there feel that those who are coming from outside are taking away their livelihood. We have to be careful and at the same time conscious of it. Dear friend, I am in receipt of your letter and found to be my surprise that I will be of some help to you with regard to the selection of personnel in your organization. I am very much thankful to you for having chosen me to assess the standards of certain individuals whom I know personally because of the profession in which I am. I appreciate in the first instance that you have decided to select candidates for which you laid your hands on the persons of utmost integrity, honesty, and the highest standards in the field. I believe that the candidates so selected by the persons on whom you placed that responsibility would certainly rise up to the occasion and deliver the goods expected of them under any circumstances. No doubt, to my mind and to the best of my knowledge, your organization is serving the needs of many poor people by supplying basic goods at a low price, for which you deserve praise of the highest order. With regard to the basis on which the candidates should be selected, you must first of all convince yourself that I honestly and strictly follow the principles of sincerity, devotion, and determination in discharging the duties. Instead of specifying all these principles to you, it is enough for me to ensure that the candidates sponsored by me, after making them undergo the necessary process, would stand to your expectations in the final selection. I can assure you that you would appreciate that the performance of the candidates may place you in a fix as to who should be selected finally. However, the final list of candidates to be sponsored by me would be sent to you by the end of this month without any change in the schedule. With best regards, yours sincerely.